Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Get Fit Mama with Harman. Today we are going to be addressing a few more concerns about the mummy tummy. For example, stretch marks, loose skin, और उससे भी ज़्यादा important हम बात करने वाले हैं why is there a need to train your abs, to keep that core strong, to work on that core postpartum. Even if you've never exercised before, it is very important that you strengthen your core postpartum. Because you are going to be doing a lot of lifting. आप अपने बेबी को कार सीट से उठाएंगे, बेड से उठाएंगे. So there is going to be a lot of lifting movements involved even with your child. तो ऐसे में बहुत ही ज़रूरी है कि एक स्ट्रॉन्ग कोर हो, क्योंकि जब कोर स्ट्रॉन्ग रहेगा it will make sure that your spine is stable during these movements. And it will also prevent any muscle strain that can cause neck pain and back pain, which is a very common thing postpartum. तो पहले हम सीधा जाते हैं एक्सरसाइजेस पे, साथ साथ बात करते हैं कि क्यों ज़रूरी है कि हम इस कोर को ट्रेन करें. सो स्ट्रेट गोइंग टू द एक्सरसाइजेस फर्स्ट. So we are going to be following a very basic breath pattern for all the exercises. So when you take a deep breath while exhaling, you're going to tighten the abs and pull the navel towards the spine. Concentrate on contracting the muscles below the belly button without flattening the lower back again on the floor. So this is the basic breath pattern that we're going to follow throughout with all the exercises. So the first exercise that we're going to start with is a glute bridges. It's the safest to do even if you've had a C-section like mine. It's my favorite exercise. It works your core, it works the glutes, it works the pelvic muscles. We'll start with lying down on our back. We're going to keep our hands down flat on the floor, the feet also flat on the floor, and we're going to go up, pulling the pelvic inside, squeezing the bottoms like this, keeping your hands flat on the floor like this, pausing over here, and then slowly coming down back here again. So the second exercise that we're going to do is single leg toe taps. So you lie down on the floor right again like this. In this one you're going to just take your hands out like this, and we're going to lift our head up, contracting the abdominal muscles, bring the feet and legs in the tabletop position, and we'll go down from one leg and tap down like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go back. So this you should be actually doing 10 each leg and about 3 sets of this. So the next exercise that we're doing is double leg toe taps. This is a little advanced, so once you've mastered your single leg toe taps, you could do this, and this is just the same exercise, but just that we're going to be using both the legs, so that's going to put a little strain on the abdomen. So I would suggest you master your single leg first. So we're going to take your hands back up here again, bring the legs to the tabletop position, squeeze, contract the abdominal muscles, and now we're going to go down, tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the next exercise that we're going to do is leg sliders. It's an easy exercise. We're going to again do it by lying down on the floor and slide our legs alternatively. Let's start with this one. So you're going to lie down on your back, keep your hands down flat, or if you're new, you could put them here, and if you can put them here, and we go back in the crunch position again. And at this time your knees would be like this, bent here, and we're going to stretch, slide one leg at a time like this. One, bring it back again, two, three, four, five. So the next exercise that we are going to do is the single leg stretch. It's a relatively difficult exercise, and if you have a diastasis recti, you have to see our previous episode. That's all about healing the DR. So if you suffer from DR, I would recommend that you first heal your DR and then try this exercise, or if you have DR, do not try this. If you're good, if you do not have a DR, then you're good to go do this. So we start with lying down on our back, and we're going to take our hands like this, get them together, and we're going to stretch one leg at a time. First we're going to bring this one right here and take this one out like this. You bring the knee close to your face and the upper body is up here, and then you go and bring the other one up here like this, and the second leg is stretched out. One is in and one is out. Then you do it like this. Initially you can just go really slow for balance. So another exercise that we're going to do is the single leg glute bridges. Now this is just like the glute bridges, but it's an advanced glute bridges. So once you get the hang of glute bridges, you're comfortable, then you could just do this little variation and try this one. Feet flat on the floor, hands flat on the floor, and we're going to take one leg up here and then go up. Take the hip up, squeeze, hold, and gently come down. 2. Come down. 3. 4. It's a little difficult. Initially, it's going to take time to get the hang of it. That's why I said first get the hang of the glute bridges, and then you can come to this variation. All right, let's do it with the other leg. So when you go up, you pull your pelvic inside, squeeze your bottoms, and then come down and relax. अब हम बात करेंगे स्ट्रेच मार्क्स के बारे में. आई थिंक ये कंसर्न इतना ज़्यादा है that even before you conceive and even before you have your child, you are so worried about stretch marks because it's a change that kind of stays with you. It's something not visually very appealing, so it's something that kind of stresses every woman. तो स्ट्रेच मार्क्स होते क्यों हैं? जनरली पीपल ऑलवेज अज्यूम दैट स्ट्रेच मार्क्स ओनली हैपन आफ्टर प्रेगनेंसी और समथिंग दैट्स ओनली कन्फाइंड टू women, which is not true. Any kind of weight gain and weight drop or muscle building, anything that is going to lead to a stretch in the skin, beyond a certain level where the elastins of the skin are broken, will lead to stretch marks. तो जब हम एक्सपैंड करते हैं, ग्रो करते हैं इन प्रेगनेंसी और इवन अदरवाइज इवन इन मसल बिल्डिंग, सो द स्किन इज स्ट्रेच्ड. When it goes back or shrinks back in the healing process, the marks are developed that are called stretch marks. They could be red, purplish, brown. In cases of pregnancy, initially even otherwise, they are very purplish, very brown, and very visible and very prominent. They come across as like really strong visual appearance. But believe me, over the years, with time, they become faded, they become silverish, whitish, which becomes very less visible. So I have them too, but what happens is that light plays a huge role in the appearance of the stretch marks. So I have them, and almost all mothers have them. The first thing I feel during pregnancy plays a huge role. The more you grow, the bigger you grow, the more fat you gain on your body, leads to more skin growing and more of you expanding. So I feel maintaining a a very healthy and very balanced diet during pregnancy will play a huge role. In my case, I was not very good with what I ate, so I was like kind of gaining 4 kgs a month, which is a lot. So obviously if I'm growing big, I'm going to be more prone to having stretch marks. So I think maintaining a very, very healthy diet, a very balanced diet is the key during pregnancy. Secondly, I feel like the more you are hydrated and the more you are moisturized, both the things will play a huge role during pregnancy. Now the same applies postpartum. If you're eating a healthy diet, if you're keeping yourself moisturized, any cream, any good 24 hours or 48 hours of moisturizing cream really helps. Keeping the area moisturized is the key, and keeping yourself well hydrated. Please, if you are going to be dehydrated, your skin is going to be dry, itchy, irritable, so it's very important that you're hydrated from the inside and moisturized from the outside. What can you really do with stretch marks, and what relationship does it have with strength training? Let's just talk a little about that too. So what is that strength training can do to help reduce the visibility of stretch marks? I worked on my core, as in when I lost fat and I started to build the muscle underneath, it kind of stretched the skin, and which made the visibility like really low. Now, after you've done everything, I really want you to understand that stretch marks something, unless a medical procedure is involved, it's not something that's going to disappear forever. There is nothing that can do the magic to just take them away. Now that you have them, I just want everybody, every woman to know that you should be so super proud of yourself for your tiger stripes, baby, no baby, stretch marks, no stretch marks. There is no reason or nothing that should make you feel any less about yourself. So be confident, be proud of your stretch marks, and yeah, you're good. All right. So now let's talk about loose skin, which also comes as a part of a postpartum body. So what happens is when your baby is growing, to accommodate the baby, your skin is also growing. You do develop a lot of extra skin and skin tags. I got these skin tags for the first time in my life, and I was like, okay, what is this? So skin tag and extra skin, is grown, of course, during pregnancy. So what happens once you've delivered, some women do get this area right over the abdomen where you can feel the skin that is kind of loose and papery. So obviously it's not a very pleasing sight to see. I was also very stressed to see how my stomach looked postpartum, but let me assure you, it's going to go back to looking just the same once you start working out, once you get doing your normal routine life. It's going to look just the way it was. So I'm going to be telling you some of the things that really help me with the loose skin. The most important thing was strength training. Strength training, yes. Working that core really made a huge difference in my extra skin, loose skin, the skin that kind of, you hold it like this and it's all that wrinkly, papery stuff here. You should work out for the love of your body. You should try to go back to your pre-pregnancy size because it's healthy, not because you want to have a body which is like perfect. I have never waxed my stomach, but I started to wax it, and it kind of get, that papery thing, that tan thing that you kind of have on your stomach, it just disappeared after that. So a couple of sessions of doing a normal wax really changed the whole thing. So I'm just like, these are just small things that can make the visibility look better, but at the end of the day, if it is there, it is there. Again, a medical procedure would be the best fix for it, but I still feel like you should, your body is done enough to bring a child into the world, and you should be so damn proud of it. There is no reason you should feel less. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I'm sure this was helpful, and I'm sure these exercises are going to be so good if you consistently do them. Stay at home, stay safe, keep watching FitTak, and I'm going to see you in the next episode.